and welcome back to Beyond the Screen, the Family Connection podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Samantha Hayes, educator, parent, and founder of Beyond the Screen Families. And around here, we're all about raising curious, connected, creative, and capable kids in a world full of screens. Today's topic is one I think it's important we address: the power of movement. Movement isn't just about exercise. It's about how our kids think, how they connect with others, how they manage emotions, and how they grow into super capable problem solvers. And I bet you've never actually thought about movement in conjunction with all of those things, because movement is movement, right? But right now, when childhood and so much of childhood is happening in front of a screen, movement matters more than ever. Think about our school systems. The amount of time kids spend outside and in recess is getting smaller and smaller by the year. My daughter just told me yesterday when we were talking about snack time, and she said, because she arrived late to school for a dentist appointment, and she said, "We didn't miss snack time." I said, "Oh, you didn't great." And she goes, "No, but snack time is so short and so is recess that it's connected to." Kids need movement, and we're taking it away from them. And I'm seriously getting Wall-E vibes. And if you haven't watched that movie, you'll probably need to. I am getting Wall-E vibes lately when I think about our lives and the parallels to that movement. The amount of mass consumption and people sitting around just staring at a screen. So let's dig in today. Here's the reality. Kids are sitting more now than any generation before them. Hours at school, hours on homework, and then hours on a screen if it wasn't already happening in those other activities. Remember, kids in the United States spend on average 7 hours on a screen per day. That number to me is just astounding. You and I may go to work and we're going to spend that amount of time potentially on a screen at work, and our kids are doing it. We didn't grow up that way. Sitting is now the default. That's why everybody's telling us as adults to make sure you get in movement. We have Apple Watches which go off and Fitbits which go off to remind you to move. And we're doing the same thing to our kids. The problem, kids' brains and bodies are designed for movement. When they move, they learn. They learn better. They regulate emotions better. And they sleep better. Without movement, we see more anxiety, more struggles with focus, and honestly, more conflict at home because kids have all this pent up energy. Movement isn't a nice to have. It's a core ingredient in raising healthy, well-rounded kids. So let's think about movement and the importance of raising curious, connected, creative, and capable kids. When kids move, they explore. Think about a toddler crawling across something new, or a child climbing a tree, or those giant rocks in our park to see what's on top of it, or to see if they can make it across the space and the gap in between two giant rocks. Movement literally drives curiosity. And so getting our kids to move is imperative to helping develop curious kiddos. So many of our best family memories happen in motion. Think about that for a moment. Walking, biking, tossing a ball, dancing in the kitchen. Movement creates shared joy and strengthens connection. My daughter and I took the wildest bike ride this summer. She and I were having a mom and daughter weekend. My husband and son were away in Michigan for the weekend, and she led the bike ride. We bike rode for over 5 miles, and that girl did not complain once because she was in charge of it, and we were out creating this amazing memory. She led us to a dead end. We had to turn around. We got so far away. I was like, we probably need to go back at this point. Movement is so powerful in providing that connection. Have you ever noticed how your best ideas come on a walk or in the shower? There's a lot of science behind that. If I really need to think something through, I go for a walk. Why? Because walking connects the different hemispheres of your brain. And so it allows your thoughts to connect and formulate, and like those synapses, oh man, all of them are firing. Kids are the same. Physical play sparks imagination and problem solving. And climbing, running, balancing, all of this teaches kids they can do hard things. Movement builds confidence and it builds resilience. Yeah, they're probably going to fall down. And they're learning that it's important that they get back up and try it again, right? So if you are not a fan of movement yet, I don't know how. But if you've gotten this far, you are probably like, yes. So let's keep going. Here's the best part. Adding movement doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need to have that gym membership or a full free afternoon. It's easy to add small bits of movement to your day with your children. So if right now you're more Wally than you are on the movement train, I want to encourage you to start small. A 10-minute family walk after dinner, a small game of tag, throwing a ball back and forth, a little swimming if you have a swimming pool. The options are endless. Take 10 minutes and do it. My son's favorite thing to do after dinner is to take time and dance together. He will always, my husband loves to play music during dinner. And as soon as dinner is done, he's like, can we go dance? I mean, that is the thing he looks forward to more than anything. And we do that almost every single day. We also, one of the first things we do when we get home from our day is we go for a walk together. We walk the dog, we go around, we're chatting, they're moving. Sometimes they're racing and nobody's chatting with me because they're way too far ahead. But movement is a huge part of our day. Add play. Another way you can bring movement in. Turn chores into movement, like racing to see who can fold the most towels or who's the fastest to clean up the most toys. Turn those type of mundane things into something more movement based, where there's a little bit of a competition potentially involved, and your kids will enjoy it so much, and so will you. Use movement for transitions. So think before homework, do 5 jumping jacks or a quick stretch. Before breakfast, do some silly moves. I posted a reel about this the other day. My kids love doing that first thing in the morning. Like you get up, we come down, and before they eat breakfast, I give them a few commands of things to do. Run around in circles, spin around, touch your toes, and that really helps them to refocus and settle down so that they can sit focused, have a great breakfast together, and they're ready to start their day. But those transition breaks, the walk that happens after they get home from school, another transition break. Those are powerful places to add movement in. And finally, make it fun. We talked about the dance party already, but think obstacle courses, backyard games, movement things inside of your house where it can be fun. The key is to weave it into the rhythms of your natural life so that it feels normal and natural and not a big production. We don't need one more thing on our plate, but movement is critical to development, both brain development and body development. So it's important that we figure out how to just weave it in to what we're already doing. If you're ready to bring more screen-free balance and family connection into your home, don't miss our Essentials Pack subscription. Every month, subscribers get practical tools and activities to make screen-free time easier and more meaningful. It's built to help families like yours raise curious, creative, and connected kids without the overwhelm because we don't need one more thing. You can join today at beyondthescreenfamilies.com/shop. And can I let you in on a little secret? We are developing a subscription audio podcast just for kids. I'm so excited about this. It's 10 minutes filled with learning and information, and also includes challenges and questions to spark curiosity. And our Essentials Pack subscribers get the first 4 episodes just for being subscribed. No additional cost. They get the first glance, and then we're going to launch it to everyone else as a paid subscription. So if I were you, why not just join the Essentials Pack and you automatically start getting those 4 episodes? Anyway, so this week, here's your family challenge. Pick one time a day, morning, after school, before bed, and spend just 10 minutes moving together. It could be a walk, a silly dance, or maybe even some yoga stretches in the living room. The point isn't what you do, it's that you're doing it and you're doing it together. You'll be surprised at how much connection and laughter comes out of such a small investment. Not to mention, it's a screen-free activity. So as you think about your family, ask yourself these 3 questions. When are we naturally already moving together? Where could we add in a little more without adding in stress? How could we make movement playful so kids see it as fun instead of a chore? Movement doesn't have to be what you and I may think of as like exercise, right? Where it's like, oh my gosh, I got to find time to go to the gym. I need to figure out time to do this. Like, let's help them understand that movement is fun and playful. Remember, movement doesn't have to be perfect, scheduled, or elaborate. It just has to be consistent enough that kids know it's part of who we are as a family. Thanks for spending your day with me here. Movement really is one of the simplest, most powerful ways to raise kids who are curious, connected, creative, and super capable. And don't forget, our Essentials Pack subscribers get fresh ideas every month to help bring balance and joy to your family life. So subscribe today so you don't miss the amazing activities or the fun curated items. Until next time, I'm Dr. Samantha Hayes. Here's to trading a little screen time for moments that stick.